Hello. Welcome to the final episode of Fourth Wing. So, when they got to formation, I said they were summoned. So they had to. She was with Zayden. They had to. So they had to. She had to quickly dress up and all that. So it gave her his flight jacket because she was wearing a dress, from the unification ceremony. So he gave her his jacket and they left. So when they got to formation, she saw her friends and then Rhiannon was like, "Is that Zayden's jacket?" So she was like, "No." Said Rhiannon was like, "But that's Third Wing's jacket." So Violet was like, "It could be anybody's." So I'm like, "Yeah, but this one has Fourth Wing emblem with the wing leader's scribe." So she's like, "Okay, fine, it is." Like, really? so when Dane came, they were still in formation and they saw Colonel Athos, that's Dane's dad, with Panchek, one of their command too. So she just looked at Zayden, and Zayden, I said they could communicate telepathically. So that's a word, I'm not sure. So Zayden told her, like, fucking war games. She was like, "Excuse you?" Said, "Yeah, like, there is no attack, it's war game." Seriously. So Colonel Athos told them, like, the drill is just to get them to react how they would react normally if they were actually under any attack. Okay? So now they are going to assign them to each post, to different posts, to complete the war games. Fine. So each wing leader is allowed to pick their channel, their location of command. Yeah. So each wing leader is allowed that. But Colonel Athos told Zayden that he can pick his squad, but his place of command is at Atbine. So when Violet saw the way he looked at Zayden, she felt like uneasy, one kind of way, like, what's going on? Well, so the guy told Zayden that he's going to go to Atbine, that's where his command is going to be. Okay, fine. So they were all dismissed to get dressed and then to fly out. So she went, she dressed, got her flight gears. The game was supposed to last for 5 days. It's supposed to last for 5 days. So they had to prepare for flights and they have to prepare items that will last them for 5 days. Simple. So she packed and they left. When they got to the flight field, she saw Andana. So she was like, "What are you wearing?" So Andana is wearing harness that can click to things. She is going to sit on top, then Andana is going to be at his chest, that kind of thing. So Andana was like, the wing leader made it for me so that when she's tired, then can carry her and she can come along on their flights now. She was like, okay. Okay. So Dane was now telling them, like, this is where they're supposed to go, like, they're going to this side and they should prepare. They're going for a 4 hours flight before break and all that. So that was how Zayden came, like, "I need you." So he told Violet, "I need you." And Violet was like, okay. So Dane was like, no, he cannot take her. So she was like, "No, you just want to say goodbye now." So Dane was like, no. Then Zayden was like, he needs Violet and Liam. They're going to be part of his squad that is going to take to the command. So Dane was arguing, like, there is no way he's going to take Violet. Like, she is safer with him in the borders compared to going with Zayden. Atbine is the outpost outside their wards. So she's going to be safer in the wards than she is going to be outside. So he said, I don't see you making this objection to my asking for Liam. Is it not a first year also? So Jane was like, it's going to get you killed. So she told Violet that, and Violet was like, stop, like stop. So she touched Zayden's arm, like, stop. If you need me to come with you, I will. Then saw the hand placement, that kind of thing, and it was like, really? Like, people talk, but he thought it was all talk, that he did not believe it was real. Like him. So Violet was like, so she said, he was like, well, if that is what she chose. So he now leaned down and whispered into her ear that he's going to miss her. That he told her like he's going to miss her. So well, they left. When she left, she and Zayden and Liam and Imogen, they left with Zayden. So they had their first stop at a one river, I think a lake. There was a lake around that side. So they just stopped to water their mounts and then for them to also rest a bit, like a pit stop before getting to Aspirin. So she was with Zayden and he was trying to, they were having a moment, simple. That was how he just, like, he was kind of like startled, and he told her like don't panic. So he covered her with, his power, his shadows now. He covered her with shadows. So one lady was now like, it is hard, it is difficult to cover what has already been seen. Like, seriously, say Zayden, there's only one rider with silver hair, like silver tipped hair. So, and if the rumors are right, that's the general's youngest, that's the Soren girl. So we already know she's the one. Okay, fine. So she was like, why is Zayden not attacking? Because Griffins are their enemy. So he told her like she should calm down. So she wanted to like strike, but he held her hands. I was like, why is this nigga holding me? So he passed her off to Liam, like Liam should hold her. So she told Liam to stop holding her, and Liam was like, I'm sorry. So they roared at him. He left her. Liam just left her like, okay, message received, fine. So she now realized that, wait, hold up. Why is nobody reaching for their weapon? Like, why are they not attacking the Griffins rider? She saw the Griffins. She saw their flyers too. So the lady was not like, so Zayden told them like, you are early. Then she was like, early. So he said, you're early, like it's supposed to be tomorrow. So the lady said that, yeah, but they're not here for weapons, like they're not here for the shipment. So Felix was thinking, oh my god, like she has been a fool. How could she ever trust and love the son of the great betrayer? Because that's Zayden's father, the great betrayer, Fenrielson. Like, she was such a fool, and now the boy is doing the same thing that his father was killed for. So she was having all that thoughts in her head. So Zayden asked the lady, like, okay, so if you are not here for the shipment, why are you here? The woman said they saw, like, they noticed that venoms are coming towards the north, and Violet was thinking, venoms, is this woman like venoms? Wow. Then Imogen replied to woman like, but they don't come this far out. She was like, okay, venoms none. Are these people eye? So the lady was like, their squad destroyed a whole village the other day, so she just wanted to inform them so that she be careful. Are they armed? So Zayden said yes, they are armed. So the man said, good, their work there is done. Like, they just wanted to warn them, Zayden. So when they were going, that was how one of the riders, one of the flyers rather, I said Griffin's rider are called flyers. It is only the people that ride dragons that are riders. So when she when they pivot, she told one of the flyers was like, if he could kidnap um Violet, and they could get ransom money from their king. Like, you cannot even imagine how much the king is going to pay to get their favorite Sorengil's daughter out of their home. Like, at least it is going to last them for a decade worth of weapons. So she was like, you can try. So Zedin told the guy, like, if you move one step towards that Sorengil, before you even move, you'll be dead. So the man was like, I beg, they're not even here for that drama. So the flyers left, and it's not left with the riders. Now it's only the riders that are left now. So when Imogen was going, Imogen was like, good luck rousing. So she noticed a ruin. You know, I said all the separatist kids have room, they are marked. So she noticed, then she started noticing that everybody in Zayden's squad had that ruin. Like, all of them are separatist kids except her. And she was like, oh my god, how could she have been a fool to even trust this guy? Like, everybody. So she faced Liam, like, were we even friends? Like, were you even my friend at all? So Liam was like, yes, but I need you to give him a chance, to let him explain. Like, he can explain. Like, what do you mean? Like, there is nothing for him to explain. She already has an explanation. He's betraying their kingdom, that kind of thing. So he said, everybody should excuse them, that he wants to talk to her. So Violet was like, if you touch me, I'm going to kill you. She said this. Liam was like, I think she means it. Said, yeah, I know. So they left. Then she felt, if our dragons are not reacting, that means the dragons too knew. So she was like, Tane. Tane said, yeah, like, there are bonds that are superior to a rider and a dragons. Okay, fine, your mates. So, and then I was like, but we chose you. Like, no, that doesn't excuse your bullshit that you just put. So Zedin said he just wants to explain to her, like, they are not doing anything. Like, he knows what she's thinking. He told her, I know what you're thinking. She said, huh? So, like, you are thinking I'm betraying the kingdom. Yeah, that's not difficult to guess. So he said, he's not betraying their kingdom. But, guy, what are you giving? What is the shipment? He said, weapons. And you're not betraying the kingdom. You are supplying weapons to our enemies, and you said you're not betraying the kingdoms. So he said, it is just weapons to help them survive. What do you mean? So he showed her the dagger with alloy use. So she was like, did you steal this from my mother? Because she saw that same type of dagger on her mother's desk. So when he gave her, she was like, did you steal this from my mother? I said, no. Like, your mom has this dagger for the same reason he has it. What was it for? She said, venoms. Like, venoms are not real. Until they are real. Then she remembered her father's words that said, in the notes, in the book that her father left for her, like, said, it only takes a desperate generation to change history and for the next to teach it. So, thereby erasing the information completely. And he told her that power is the hand of the scribes. So, I hope you make the right decision. So she was like, this was what he was trying to tell her. Like, venoms are, like, you're telling me venoms are real. Like, yeah, they are real. And so we are telling that all the battle brief that I've been doing, all the fights between Griffins and their ward posts, like, they were trying to get the weapons at the ward post. Okay. You're like, okay. So he said, before they continue to ask, he just needs to know if she believes him. And she said, yeah. So when they were going, and Dana was like, they didn't lie. Like, she was telling her, like, we didn't lie. So she said, it's not until you lie directly. Withholding information from her is also lying, and you withheld information. So thing was like, okay, like they made a decision to protect her without informing her, and for that they are sorry, and it is not going to happen again. Fine, but not fine. So when it got to Atbine, she now the post is supposed to, like, normally there are posts like maybe 200 people are supposed to be at any given time, both infirmary healers, riders, like, now posts in it, definitely. But when they got there, there was nobody there, like it was empty. How? Why is this empty? So, like, okay, Zeddy was like, they should spread out and check for anything. So he asked her, did you okay, so Garrick, Bodhi's money body, Zedin's friend, he came with a missive like for Zedin. So he checked the missive and was like, fuck, what is it? He said, they've been sent here to die. Die bit wow. So he asked Violet, did Dane touch you, like, at all, ever since he mentioned that bind to her? She said no, like he wouldn't touch her. Like, guy, you just had to touch your face like this and if you see your last memory, like, did he touch you at all? He said no, he will never do that, he will ask for permission. He doesn't need to ask for your permission. She said she would know if he read her memory. No, you wouldn't. So she remembered that he actually touched her face at the party. So she was thinking, so Dane violated her, told his father about heartburn, and the father sent them to die. Simple. So he asked her, what did he whisper to you before we left? He said, he whispered, I am going to miss you. And he was shouting, I am going to get you killed. Figured. They've been sent there to die. Simple. So he said, they need eyes on the city below them. So Liam should, like, he has foresight. That's his own gift. He should check. So Tane told them, like, the flyers, Griffins are approaching. So when the rider that came to warn them, so she came again, that the venoms that they thought were going northward, like, they're actually coming to Resin, like that place that they are. So she just came to tell them, like, they should mount up and go while they can now. They are going to do their best to hold them back, but she is not going to let kids go into battle and die, because they were like, she doesn't know that, like, doesn't know what it takes. Two of them took out an entire village, and there are four of them, and if there are four of them there, that means total annihilation, and she's not going to allow them to be there. Like, thank you for your service over the years, at least they gave them a fighting chance, so they should go. So the woman left, like, she and her drift are going to make a plan and all that. So Bodhi was like, they are going to fight. That's Zayden's cousin. Like, they are going to fight. They don't like Farabale. Calm down. Like, see, he's not, like, he forced them, all of them, into the rider squadrons based on the deal that he made. So it is not like it's their choice. So if any of them wants to leave now, he's not going to force them. They can go. So the guys were just like, no, they are not leaving. Like, he gave them a chance to leave with his deal that he made. Like, that was what gave them a chance to survive. So they're not going to leave now, and they're not going to let civilians die. Said okay. So everybody agreed. And then there's another rider, third year too, that she was like, well, at least they have their dragons, so they have air superiority. So everybody agreed. So they now look to Violet, Yinko. So she remembered when the flyer was saying, "Good luck getting a Sorengil to fight for anybody outside their borders." So she was like, "Fuck that!" But she thought. Then she asked Thane, like Thane was like, "He's going to feast on their bones." Okay, graphic, fine. I guess we are fighting. So she was like, she's not going anywhere. Like she's a rider, and riders defend defenseless. So Zeddy was like, okay, okay. So they need a plan, that kind of thing. So Liam, with his fast sight, he was like, okay, they need to get the civilians, at least to get the civilians safely away, that kind of thing. Then, so, so she was now thinking, well, at least there are no wyverns. So they're like, wyverns. They said, like that's the way riders ride dragons and flyers fly griffins. Wyverns also have their mounts, which is wyvern. So she was like, at least there are no wyverns. So that was how they just, when she finished that statement and when she finished talking, that was how they just saw that a dragon flew past them towards Resin. Resin is the place that the battle is happening, towards Resin. So Zeddy was like, do we have a riot nearby? So it was like, do we have a riot nearby? So Violet looked up and she saw that there's in the video I posted about terms in Fourth Wing. I posted the difference between wyverns and dragons, right? So she noticed there are two legs on, and she was like, no, 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 no. That's not a dragon. Like that's wyvern. Like, huh? So wyverns. Oh my god! Like, imagine it's like, there goes our air superiority. Well, fuck that. So they made their plans. Try to, like, the plan is simple. Try to get the civilians safely away. Okay. So Liam was like, okay, there was one of the wyverns with a staff and it was like in front. So he was like, he just blew open the gates. Okay, the town gates, fine. And he's okay, just so it was not like, it was like narrating before they engaged, that kind of thing. So they made plans now. Go to this side, that kind of thing, try to get the civilians to safety, yada yada yada. Fine. So when they were going to mount up their rides, she was between Sigeo and Thane. And Sigeo was like, you made the right decision. He knew you would. So she was like, So Sigeo was not like, well, you've come a long way from the girl that was afraid after crossing parapets, trying to hide her fear. I approve. Then she was like, I didn't ask for your approval. Like she was like, I didn't ask for your approval. So Sigeo had chopped like, what do she? So she went to Andana, that's Valis now, like, Andana, you need to stay behind and hide. And Dana said, stay behind, stay here. Like, I'm serious, you need to stay behind. Like, one of them needs to survive. So she was like, I'm not leaving you behind. Auntie, you will even know the moment like there is nothing to leave behind. You need to fly towards, like, okay, she's not saying you should leave entirely, but stay here at Spine, at this post. At least you should hide. So if by morning they are not back, and if she notices the venoms are moving towards that side, go back to the veil. So she was like, fine. She told her, like, go and hide. Like, your color self is like a red mark on you. So go and hide. She went to hide, and they mounted. Battle, yeah. So they went to help the civilians, they said Solel, one of the riders, one of the third years, like Solel saw a barricaded mine. So they are trying to get the civilians to that place, at least to get them away from the venoms. Because apparently the venoms are here for something, but they don't know what, and they are destroying everything in their paths. So they need to get the civilians off. So they were trying to, like, corral the civilians into that mine and all that. So she saw a venom. Yeah. So she when Violet channeled when she channeled, the venom was pissed off, like she was angry, and she wielded too. The venom wielded her magic. So the rocks, the place was mountainous kind of thing. So the rock was falling, and Soleil like used her own powers to like prevent it from falling on people. So when that happened, that was how the venom started channeling. I said they channel directly from the source, and that is what corrupts them. Like they touch the arts and they channel from the arts. So that was how she started channeling. So one of the townsfolk that was running the mark, you could not run past that, and it desiccated like in the spot. So Soleil tried to run and use her own dagger to kill that venom with her dragon following her. She just stumbled. That was how she died. She and her dragon, like, they desiccated. Oh, ah. So she was like, she just stood, because she saw Liam and Day, that's his own dragon. She saw Liam, they were on the floor. She told Tain, like, to get off the, like, get the fuck off the ground. So she told Zayden, like, Soleil is dead. Like, they are at a risk when they are on the ground, because those venoms can channel and, well, flicks. So she got off. And they were trying, they were fighting, trying to get dragons off their tails, that kind of thing. Yada yada yada. She saw one wyvern trying to go for Zayden, and she screamed his name. So but he already knew the wyvern was coming to him, so he kind of made his shadows to a lasso, like he lassoed around Sigil, and she yanked him up. So that costed her, because she was not paying attention to Tain. So another wyvern was coming to him, Latabe, and there was no way they could change course. So she just had to like prepare for impact, but impact did not happen. Sigil came and ripped into that wyvern, like literally ripped the wyvern to pieces. So she gave Violet this stink eye, like, show the bro, that kind of thing. So Violet was like, message received. So it continued. They saw Liam fighting one venom. He was fighting one venom. The venom was on his wyvern too. So she saw that he stood up from his saddle, ran towards this steep tail, and tail knocked him onto the wyvern's back. So before the venom could turn back and check what is happening, like Liam killed the venom before he went back to Day. So during who needs that kind of thing, that was how one wyvern came at them. So they were able to maneuver, kill the wyvern, but there was another one that was coming directly on them, and there was no maneuver that they could do. Like, there is going to be impact. That was how that's Liam's dragon. So he like intercepted that collision. So the force of the collision knocked Liam off. So when Violet she caught him, and she tried to drag him back onto her own mount. Her shoulder popped, but she held on, got him onto Tain's back, used her shoulder strap to hold him. But they and the wyvern, they are not leaving, like they're not disengaging. So there was no way they could help. Like there was no way they could help. The wyvern had his talons, his teeth, and everything sunk into Day, and they was screaming. So she was telling Thing like help him. Thing was like he's trying, like he was not seeing any clear point. So when he saw the point, when he saw any points to even like attack the wyvern, he did took a chunk out of his wings, that kind of, but the wyvern was not letting go of the, like he was not letting go, and they kept screaming. So she was like, help him. Really, there was nothing they could do. So she relayed to Zedin like they needs help. Zedin was like he cannot go back, like he cannot come there because he's trying to protect some townspeople from the venoms. Like, okay, message received, they're on their own. So there was nothing she could do as day was being like it was literally being eviscerated. So the Tay was doing everything he can. He was like biting the wyvern, but the wyvern was not letting go. Like it seems like it was so intent on even dying just to kill the, like that kind of thing. He said we will go together, that kind of thing. So they kept falling like they were plummeting to the ground. So she told uh she told Liam like don't worry, they're going to save him, they're going to help him. But when the duo fell, that's the they and that wyvern, they fell. But immediately they fell, Thane screamed like they. So she was like, what happened? We can still reach him. So they was Thane was like, there's no reaching him, he's gone. That's how they lost Day. And you know the rule, okay, that's how Day died. Literally protecting Thane because it was Thane's. So Liam was like, she should get him today. I showed her look it pop already. You are times 3 of her. So she was trying to drag him to today, but she could not. She was small. Then she sha fell to her knees. So his head was on her lap. So she told Zayden like Day is dead. So Zayden was like, God. So then sorry, Liam told Violet like they can't make it. Like, no, we'll make it. Just like you can't make it. So he told her like when his sister is crossing the parapet next year, like she should make sure his sister crosses and she should look out for his sister. So she was like, no, you're going to look out for her, you're going to protect her. Liam was like, no, just promise me that you're going to look out for her, like you're going to protect Sloan. So he said yes, like she's going to protect Sloan. So he said, yeah, fine, thank you, like promise. So he said it's been an honor. What was that? Zeddy now came. So when he came, Liam was like just like Day. So he still like Day. So Zeddy said, don't worry, I'll take it to him. So he carried him to Day's dead body and laid him there. So she was thinking like there was nothing they could, like what, like how could they even win this battle? Like it took just one of those wyverns to kill Day. So that means all of them, if any wyvern should get rid of their dragons, the rider is going to, that's the rule. I think I mentioned like a rider without a dragon is dead. If the dragon should die, the rider will die too. So that was how Liam died. He died protecting Violet. So she was angry. So she said that was Liam. Sorry. Zayden told her that Liam said there are two wyverns, two venoms. So she was like, why are you telling me? She said, because he knows that you are the one that can kill them. Okay, fine. She was like, fine. So she climbed Liam, she climbed Thane, and they went to the skies again. So she was telling, she was like, they need to find, like, target and all that. That was They were so distracted until Thane screamed like his roar of pain. When she looked, she saw that it was one of those, the venom that killed Soleil had a dagger in Thane. So she used that dagger to like come aboard, that kind of thing. So she was like, you. So, well, she and Violet, like, you are so small for a rider. Violet was like, doesn't mean I can't kill you. Like, doesn't mean I can't kill you. So when they started fighting, she was like, say this one will not kill me like this. Like, she's so much for her. So the venom stabbed her in her side. So when she stabbed her, Zayden screamed her name, and Dana and Dana and you know screamed like so much suffering. So she told Zayden like she's too good, like she can't take the venom. So Zayden was like level the playing field. That was how it just turned everywhere dark. You know, his power is a shadow, so it darkened everywhere. Like, so she was like, okay, thank you. So she wielded a lightning, at least to see the venom in the dark. So she was able to use a dagger to like kill that venom, and the venom died. So when the venom died, she noticed that all the other riderless wyverns were falling. Like, oh, this was what Liam was trying to tell me. Unlike riders and dragons, whereby if a dragons die, the rider dies with the dragon, the reverse is the case for venoms and wyverns. If the venom dies, the venom that creates the wyverns, if the venoms die, the wyverns will die too. So she saw that wyverns were falling, like, oh, good. So she told Zayden, and then she told him like he should lower the shadow, like he should lower it. Said no, like, guy, you're already reaching burnout, so lower it. Let me do this. At least if you trust me, you will let me do this. Okay, fine. So he lowered it. So she told Thane like he should find the strongest, like the strongest of the venoms. So he said there. So she was trying to wield. She could not, like, her wielding is not, I feel if she points, it's not directional. It was just not meeting the points. She was targeting this point, the strike was hitting, that kind of thing. So she was like, and she was reaching burnout plus the wound at her side. So she told Andana like, Andana, please, she needs help. So she was like, use it. So she stopped, she paused time again and used during the paused distance. So she positioned her strikes, the whips, let me say the branches of the strike of the lightning. So she just positioned it so that one is directly on the forehead of that wyvern. So when she released time, the lightning, struck through. So she felt the the wyverns died, the venom died, the remaining one. So when Zayden screamed to your left, he brought down the wyvern from the he brought down the venom mid-air. The venom was on his own wyvern flying towards Violet. That Zayden brought the venom down with his shadows and killed that one too. That was how Violet just fell down, because she was thinking, okay, this is how I died. That was how she fell, and she was falling. She had someone scream no, but there was nothing she could do. There was nothing Thane could do. Zayden is too far away. He was even depleted already. But she eats something. She doesn't know. She felt she saw a shimmery gold wing. So she's like, but Andana should not be here. So she eats that at least before that wing like took her down. So when she got down, she was there with Thane and Zayden, like they were trying to check where she was injured. So that stupid green-tipped dagger that the venom, it was poisoned. So they don't even know what to do with, like they don't even know which type of poison or what antidote to even do. So they were like, so Zeddy was like, he can't lose her, like he can't lose her. And they was like, do something. I'm doing something. So the others are like, um they cannot get to Basgayat on time. She's going to die. So that leaves them with one option. So Zedin said that leaves them with one option because he's not going to lose her. So them Garek were like, are you sure? Because that is risking everything and everybody. Said yeah, like he doesn't care. He doesn't care about this war. He doesn't care about anything except her, and she has to leave. So they said, so they was like, let's go, let's go. So Bodhi and Garek were like, are you sure? Like they're not saying you should not save her, but is he sure about this? She's like nigga, let's go. We're wasting time. So they flew. They flew to Aresia. So when she woke up, now, okay, this is the thing. According to the records that Never has, after Zedin's father's betrayal, that's the term betrayal, because his father was trying to like let the people know that Venins are real and their command and their kingdom is hiding, not helping the civilians, and then they are not even giving the Poromish the weapons they need to find the venoms. So in Never, people don't even know that venoms are real because that's the illusion that they clung to, despite their king and the higher ups knowing. So when Zedin's father found out, he tried to help the Poromish, and that was why the kingdom of Never named him as traitor, and then the separatists, that's what brought the whole this thing. So for his punishment, this apart from the fact that they watched the children of those officers watched them kill their parents, that was what brought about their runes, the runes that was on there, because all of them were holding a kind of mark and they were marked by the dragon. Those are the children. No. Despite that, they burnt Aresha. They burnt Aresha to the ground. So that is the records of Neve. Like Aresha is burnt. It's a burnt city. That's where Zedin Alsuka. So when she woke up, she was like, where are we? So she was like, where is she? Like, this is not Basgat. So she was looking around like, you don't know why. That was how she just saw. She saw their architecture. Like, wait though. She opened her window, checked them like, I thought this place is burnt. Said, yeah, according to the kingdom, but nobody knows that they are, like, you guys are secretly rebuilding without the kingdom's knowledge. What's that? 2 count offense. So he was like, yeah. And you brought me here. There was no other place you could take her. There was no other place closer that she could be treated. So who treated me? That's how the person just opened the door. And her brother entered. A brother that has been dead for 6 years. Brennan, like, that's where book 1 ended. So if there's any questions, just drop it in the comments. I'll reply. Thank you. We've come to the end of 4th week. Maybe we will start book 2. Maybe not. Depends on you. Bye.